Hey everyone, Richard Metal Fan here, bringing you guys an old school album review. And today is this album's 30th anniversary, and this is one of the best death metal debut albums of all time. And as you can see below the title, today we're going to be looking into Slowly Rewrought by Obituary. And also for the occasion, I'm wearing my Obituary Slowly Rewrought shirt that I got when I saw them 2 years ago with Creator. They're on the Decibel tour, but anyway. We're looking at this album, and as you can see, I have a copy right here, signed by their vocalist John Tardy, which is pretty cool. Now for those of you who aren't familiar with Obituary, just one of the most classic old school death metal bands, hailing all the way from Tampa, Florida, where a lot of the death metal bands were forming in like the late 80s, early 90s, with like bands like them, Cannibal Corpse, and Morbidity, Angel, and Deicide, bands of that nature. And originally, the Obituary were just called Executioner. Then I think they changed their name. They dropped like the E because there was another band called Executioner, so it's just Executioner with an X. And they were just released a few demos here and there, and then they got signed to Roadrunner Records. Well, around that time they were called Road Racer Records. And right around that time, they decided to change their name again to Obituary. What can I say about this album? This album, it's a beast. One of the most classic albums in death metal. Like, everything about it is perfect. Like, the production is pretty solid. The vocals are just pretty raw sounding. John Tardy is just a raw sounding death metal vocalist. I really just like his voice. And guitar wise, of course, Trevor Pierce's riffs that he comes up with is great, and just the lead playing from Alan West on this album is good. The bass playing is pretty audible. You could definitely hear it from Daniel Tucker, and Donald Tardy's drumming. He definitely knows how to make some great drums. So yeah, without further ado, let's dive into this album track by track. Now the album opens up with Internal Bleeding, which opens kind of like with a doomish intro, then finally like Donald's drums slam in, and then John's vocals come in with like the which just sounds pretty fucking killer. And the riff work in the song is excellent too. Pretty mid-paced, but it does speed up at spots, and just has a killer solo too. Godly Beings, which moves in a faster pace, not unlike the material you'll be hearing like on another album that came out the same year, which would be Beneath the Rains by Sepultura, but that just busts into a wall of groove, which Obituary would do like 300 times throughout the rest of their discography. And the solo bridge here provides a great foreshadowing of something from this. Kind of reminds you a little bit of the song Memories Remains off of the next album, Cause of Death. So yeah. Till Death, which opens with another doomish intro similar to Internal Bleeding. Donald's vocals eventually fade in, and with Tardy's vocals, and then Trevor and Alan just tear it up here, and the riffs are very thrashy and heavy, and the soloing is just fucking killer. And of course, John's vocals are killer as always. Who knows what he's saying half the time, but it rules. Then we go into the title track of the album, Slowly Rewrought, which opens with yet another doom-like riff and a church bell, but this song is just shreds, has like a lot more killer riffs and the lead presence, and just Tardy sounds like a real madman on this one, and it's indeed a classic. Immortal Visions, another shredder, one of the fastest on this album, especially in like the beginning. More excellent riffs and another killer solo, and this album just hardly lets up. And Gates to Hell, which, holy fuck, riffs that will just own you at unmatched speed. And this song is just every death metaler's dream, and this song is short but sweet. Words of Evil, which this song is kind of stupid. It just feels like it's just too short. I don't know why. I feel like it's just filler. And then Suffocation, on the other hand, this is another killer song. A lot of thrash riffs found in here. Now here you will hear like the difference in like the production, like I mentioned before. The reason being is the songs from here in were recorded like later after meeting with like Monty Connor, or who runs Roadrunner Records, but this song is not as raw as like on previous songs. Intoxicated, which is nothing short of awesome, opening with a drum roll and then more killer riffs. And there's like a killer break too with a wicked cool groove riff, and the solos just shreds on it as well. Deadly Intentions, which starts with a riff that is similar to some of the riffs in the previous song, and wicked cool belts by John as well. Just some like high piercing screams, and yet another creepy shredding solo. And the rest of the songs are good too, but it's more of the same. Nothing really new to write something special about. Blood Soaked, which and the like next two songs like Blood Soaked and Stinkupus are just like has some really good quality tracks, like Stinkupus Plus. I feel it's just a weird song name. I don't know why. And Blood Soaked is just another great song. Now, overall, Slowly Rewrought by Obituary is just a classic in death metal. One of the best death metal debut albums of all time. If I were to give this album a score, I'm going to give this a solid 9.5 out of 10. So yeah, that's my review of Slowly Rewrought, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, and I'll see you all in the next video. And also, if anybody is probably going to see Gohor tomorrow at the Drunken Unicorn, I will also be there. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you all in the next video, and as always, keep it metal.